RiverBender.com's coverage of this game is sponsored by St. Anthony's Health Center, innovation, commitment, compassion. Gerard Fisher American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. First Cloverleaf Bank, we're better together. Alta Memorial Hospital, the best health care close to home. Weber Granite City Chevrolet. Alton Sports Tap, sports, food, and good times. United Methodist Village, where living is easy. Lisa Funk, the Riverbend's top producing broker year after year. Chuck West Agency, helping business owners for 46 years. Riverbend Chiropractic Center, dedicated to caring for infants, children, and adults. And by Andy's Auto Body, we can fix anything.
Wrong way. You're famous! I'm famous! You great car!
You girls bring a crowd.
Yeah!
Our seniors and their parents. So first, introducing our senior cheerleaders and their parents first. Casey Cottle, the daughter of Kurt Cottle and Gloria Schaefer. Brooke Brady, the daughter of Philip and Christy Mitchell. Kayla Gomez, daughter of Danny and Lauren Carey. The daughter of John and Karen Monserrati. And Tiffany Michalowski, the daughter of Dennis and Linda Michalowski. That's our senior cheerleaders and their parents. Now our cross-country seniors. First, the son of Debbie McLean and Mike Davis, Hunter Davis. And the son of Dave and Mary Reed, Dan Reed. Our two senior golfers, the son of Brad and Lori DeMuzio, Blake DeMuzio. And the son of Larry and Jan Pfeiffer, Eric Pfeiffer. And now our senior marching band members. Son of Ed and Lisa Davenport, Sean Davenport. The son of Mike Kirk and Joan Hammond, Caleb Kirk. The daughter of Don and Deb Farina, Katie Farina. The daughter of Cassandra Robinson and Rodney Porteous, Megan Porteous. And the daughter of Larry and Lisa Rosentrader, Leslie Ann Rosentrader. And now our senior football player. This first senior is also a member of our band. He's the son of Norman and Debbie Deck. CHS Honors number 9, Norman Deck. The son of Brian and Diana Edwards, CHS Honors number 74, Travis Edwards. The son of Kevin and Sandra Kina, CHS Honors 63, Dylan Kina. The son of Alan and Sandra Thayer, CHS Honors 64, Will Thayer. The son of Jason and Teresa Upton, CHS Honors number 76, Michael Upton. Escorted by Mr. Drew, CHS Honors number 89, LaRon Walton. The son of Ronnie and Marie Warren, CHS Honors 53, Philip Warren. Our fourth exchange student from Germany. His host parents are Mark and Kim Bendy. CHS honors number 40, Marcel Wuppa. And the son of Coretta Anderson, CHS honors number 62, Jamal Dolokhov. And in closing, a grateful high school and community thank you all for sharing your talents with us over the years. And no matter where your careers take you in life, always remember with the greatest of pride, there is only one Carlinville High School. And now, let's stand and welcome your Carlinville varsity football team. At wide receiver, a senior, 85, LaRon Walton. At left tackle, a senior, 63, Dylan Keena. And left guard, a sophomore, 73, Quantrell Williams. Starting at center, a junior, 52, Cody Stewart. At right guard, a senior, 64, Will Fire. At right tackle, a senior, 74, Travis Edwards. At tight end, a junior, 25, Trevor Rodas. At fullback, a junior, 1, Darnell Scott. At right halfback, a sophomore, 24, Bobby Simmons. At left halfback, a junior, 20, Josh Reeves. And he's the junior quarterback. His number's 10. He's Zach Dixon. And now please welcome the rest of our football team. The assistant coaches are Ken Garrison, Quinn Steiner, Louis Pinero, Alan Cooper, Bill Duncan, Bob Flowers, and Scott Harris. And the head coach of the Cavaliers, Ted Easterday.
Business owners all around the River Bend have been turning to Chuck West Agency for over 46 years for help with employee benefits, retirement planning, and life insurance solutions. Retirement planning is one of the most crucial concerns for business owners and employees, so let Chuck West Agency help you find sound, innovative ways to meet these challenges. Give Chuck West a call at 618-462-6880 or email info@chuckwestagency.com.
Kicking off for Carlinville, 31, Sean Crouch.
We are underway. It'll be Cecil Brimage from his own 4, and he slips down, and the Explorers will start deep in their own territory. Brimage and Jones were standing up at the 10. Crouch with that brisk wind behind him got a good leg into it. Brimage had to go back to the 4. He was backpedaling when he caught the ball, and when he tried to start forward, his foot slipped out from underneath him and the knee hit down.
Well, and I will say this about the field. Gorgeous field. You said that, Sam. It's the best looking field I've seen. It's the closest thing to AstroTurf without being AstroTurf, but it's slick. So that's what Cecil did. He slipped with the ball, and Marquette couldn't have had a worse start.
So a double wing formation for the Explorers on 1st and 10 from their own 4-yard line to get things underway. Keenan Eberlin under center. Long count, takes a snap, gives it to his fullback, and that's Steve Utley. He crosses the 5 and takes it out to about the 6-yard line. Again, a short gain there for Utley on 1st down. A gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And I guarantee you, Sam, by this time of the season, Carlinville has seen Marquette more than once. They know all about Marquette, and they know that Marquette goes with Utley. And especially in a situation like this, it's going to be Utley, Utley, Utley. So I'm sure Coach Nelson is aware of that, and they'll try to mix it up with the fastbacks.
2nd down and 8. Explorers from their own 6-yard line. They put Bryce Smith in motion to the right side and give it to Utley. Good yardage. Utley out across the 10 to the 15 to the 16-yard line. A gain of 10 on that carry and a 1st down for the Explorers.
Just a fullback belly right off guard. Nice blocking on that play. He had a nice hole and got that 1st down, and that's key for Marquette to get out of the shadows, so to speak, of the goalpost.
So a big 1st down for the Explorers. 1st and 10, just shy of their own 16-yard line. We're just underway here in Carlinville, the Explorers and the Cavaliers with conference championship implications. Keenan Eberlin, double wing formation now, a flag and whistles prior to the snap. And let's see if somebody was lined up in the neutral zone. It came from the side judge. It's offside against the Explorers. And I think that was one of the wide receivers. It might have been Michael Selby here on the near side who set himself in the neutral zone.
Well, and the way he hung his head after that call was made, it looks like it was Michael Selby who had lined up offsides as a wide receiver.
So 1st and 15 for the Explorers, and that could be a critical penalty. The line of scrimmage now, the Explorer 11-yard line. A receiver wide to the right side, double wing formation. Keenan Eberlin under center. Takes the snap, turns, gives it to Utley right up the middle. Utley out across the 10 to the 12. A gain of maybe a yard on that play. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, again, as I said, Sam, the Cavaliers are looking for Stephen Utley because he's the primary ball carrier for Marquette, at least so far this season he has been. So look for Marquette to do some mixing it up.
Check, it'll be, I said 2nd and 9, it'll be 2nd and 14 from the 12-yard line for the Explorers. Selby wide to the left side, another receiver wide right, and this time the ball is fumbled, and covering it up, I believe Cecil Brimage got on it as they tried to run the option here to the left side, and the ball hit the turf. It ends up being no gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 14 for the Explorers.
And you know as well as I do, Sam, that's been a problem with the Explorers fumbling the ball. I think the last time we did a game together, Sam, was down at Wood River, and Marquette fumbled the ball 8 times. Right there was Cecil's first touch, and sure enough, he dropped the ball and had to fall on it.
Ryan Howland wide left. Wide right is Zach Keenan, who missed the 4th quarter of last week's game with a foot injury. He's in there tonight. Double wing formation, Smith in motion to the right side. Eberlin takes the snap and rolls to his right. He wants to throw, looking downfield under pressure. He's got his man, that's Keenan. He's got a first down out to the 29-yard line.
Big first down. Nice throw by Keenan Eberlin, and a nice catch by Zach Keenan. We weren't sure if Zach was going to play. As you said, Sam, we saw him get hurt last week. I did find out this week that, of course, he would be playing offense and defense, but we're still not sure about the kicking duties yet.
A 17-yard pickup, and give Keenan credit. He took that ball about 4 yards shy of the first down and turned it upfield and got the first down. 1st and 10 Marquette from their own 29. This drive started on their 4. Here is the give. That's the fullback, and good yardage right up the middle out to the 35, and it was Utley once again. Steve Utley on the carry. And the little bowling ball, as we like to call him from time to time, picked up 6 all the way out to the 35-yard line.
And, Sam, getting back to that last play, that first down pass, that was huge because, Marquette, if they do have to punt, we got a brisk wind coming out of the north, and it's right in Marquette's face. So the last thing they want to do is punt into that stiff breeze.
2nd down and 4 Explorers from their own 35-yard line. Double wing formation with a receiver to the right side. They put Brimage in motion to the left side and pitch it back to him. Brimage cuts it back. Nice move at the 40. Brimage still on his feet all the way out to the 44-yard line. A gain of 9 on that carry for Cecil Brimage. Let's call it a gain of 10 as they give him the 45. And he did a nice job to cut it back and then made a dandy move at the 40-yard line to get 5 more yards.
And I know you and I both have been impressed with Brimage all year long. We always have the feeling, sitting on the edge of our seats thinking that every time he touches it, he may go all the way.
1st and 10 Explorers from their own 45. Receivers left and right. Selby to the left, Keenan to the right. Double wing formation behind Keenan Eberlin. Brimage in motion to the left side. Now they cut it back to the right. They pitch it back to him. The ball is loose and recovered by the Cavaliers all the way back at the Explorer 32-yard line. They tried to run a counter of sorts. Brimage lost it once, and instead of falling on it, he tried to pick it up in stride, and he lost it again, and the Explorers turn it over. The Cavaliers have it at the Marquette 33.
Well, and what happened was Keenan Eberlin, the quarterback, he faked the fullback through and then pitched the ball out to Cecil. Cecil was too close to the quarterback for one thing, and that ball bounced right off his chest, went on the ground, as you said. He tried to pick it up instead of falling on it, and Big mistake for Marquette right now.
So the turnover comes 4.5 minutes into the ball game. 7:36 remaining in the first quarter, and the Carlinville offense on the field for the first time. Zach Dixon, the quarterback, under center. Double wing formation, and here's the give to the fullback right up the gut. Good running room there. Inside the 30 all the way down to about the 28 of the Explorers.
That was Darnell Scott.
Darnell Scott with 8 yards on that carry.
Yeah, I tell you what, I've been hearing good things about him. I've been reading about him in the paper, and they've got about 3 running backs that are all pretty good, all have about equal stats and stuff.
Marquette, let's call it the Explorer 24-yard line. Now they go from the wishbone with a receiver to the right side, and here they give the football to Josh Reeves, and Reeves is hit after a short gain, but appears to perhaps have enough for the first down to inside the 23-yard line, and they may want to measure right here. They give him the 22, and no, they do call it a first down. A gain of 3 on that carry for Josh Reeves, and the first down of the night for the Cavaliers.
And over the past, 5, 10, 15 years, I've seen so many variations of the wishbone, but right there we saw the true wishbone, as Marquette used to run years and years ago. It's been a long time since I've seen that.
1st and 10 for the Cavaliers at the Marquette 22. Now the give to Darnell Scott, and he tried to kick it outside to the right side, and he picks up a yard down to the 21-yard line.
Well, we've seen all year, Sam, that when the other team gets inside the red zone, which they're 1 yard outside the red zone right now, which is inside the 20. But Marquette's always stiffened up basically all year in that red zone, and they've got to do it right now.
2nd down and 9, Cavaliers at the Marquette 21-yard line. Dixon under center, takes the snap. Now they running play to the left side. That ball is loose, and the Explorers have recovered at their own 12-yard line. So the teams trade turnovers, and with that, we'll take a quick break. No score in Carlinville. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
When making the biggest investment of your life, you should expect the experience, professionalism, and commitment of a full-time realtor. Lisa Funk will provide you with results you can count on. Satisfaction guaranteed. Only agent in town that offers a free moving van when you buy or sell. Her experience is not expensive, it's priceless. So look for Lisa for all your real estate needs at 910 Funk or www.lisafunk.com. RiverBender's top producing broker year after year.
Take a look at the latest J.D. Power & Associates insurance certifications for customer satisfaction. Know what each certified agency has in common?
Each is with American Family Insurance.
In fact, American Family Agencies are the first agencies certified by J.D. Power & Associates.
According to our policyholders, our agents deliver an outstanding customer experience.
American Family Insurance.
All your protection
under one roof.
Call me, Gerard Fisher, at 466-7062 or stop by 3014 Godfrey Road.
Run 2 here, and I got to change batteries. I'm getting a low battery signal, so we're going to miss a play, but I just got to change the battery, and I'll call you right back.
Three-yard run.
Okay, I got you here.
Okay.
Need a business phone that helps you work smarter? Let Phone Masters Limited in Wood River set up the efficiency and functionality of your business communication system. Phone Masters offers proven solutions using Toshiba, AT&T, and Ortronics equipment to integrate your voice and data systems. Phone Masters takes your business seriously and promises to respond to your business communication system emergency within a 60-mile radius within 2 hours.
That was about a 12-yard
for you. Call 254-7330 today.
After a 3-yard pickup by Bryce Smith on first down, the Explorers give the football to Cecil Brimage, and he picks up 12 to the left side. Our first down for Marquette, their 4th of the night. 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Now Brimage in motion to the left side, and here's the handoff to Utley, the fullback, and Utley is stacked up for a loss on the play. A loss of 2 back to the 23-yard line. That'll be 2nd and 12 for the Explorers right there.
I was talking to one of the coaches before the game, Sam, and we decided that if Brimage touches the ball 15 times tonight, either on handoffs or catching the ball, that Marquette's got a very good chance of winning. If Brimage doesn't touch the ball 15 times, then their chances are going to be less, but that's not always true.
Second down and 12, Marquette from their own 23. Here's the pitch back to Bryce Smith trying to turn the right corner. He's hemmed in and will be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be third and long for the Explorers, as that time the Explorers tried that toss pitch to the right side. And we'll see how much forward progress they give Bryce Smith. I think he may have lost a yard. He did, and it's now 3rd and 13 for the Explorers.
3rd and 13, and with that breeze, I think it's even picked up more than about 5 minutes ago. It's going to be tough for Keenan Eberlin to throw into this wind. Look for maybe a screen or some kind of short pass.
Well, the Explorers now put 2 receivers wide to the left side. Ryan Howland out there along with Steve Utley. A wing to the left. And Brimage, the lone setback. They pitch it back to Brimage. He cuts it back. Brimage still on his feet at the 30 and dives forward to the 32-yard line. He picks up 11 on the carry, but he's going to be shy of a first down.
Picked up 11, but he needed 13. But it was a nice run by him. Nice formation. Spread him out and let Brimage pick a hole. But he came up 2 short, or 3 short.
4th down for the Explorers, and Zach Keenan is into the ball game in punt formation, standing back at his own 19-yard line. And for the Cavaliers, back deep to return this. Their return man stands back at his own 33-yard line, and that's Josh Carndiff. Keenan gets the kick away, and it's a nice kick into that wind. It hits at the 40 of the Cavaliers, takes a Marquette bounce inside the 35 and all the way down to the 31-yard line where Cecil Brimage downs it. And the Cavaliers will have their second possession, 1st and 10, down at their own 31-yard line. So the Explorers survived a turnover deep in their own territory by forcing one for the Cavaliers. The 2 teams traded those turnovers, and now the Cavaliers will start for the first time deep in their own territory, back at their own 31.
And that was a nice punt by Zach Keenan, because like I've said 3 times now, with the wind blowing in his face, it was really hard, but he got a nice punt off.
1st and 10, Cavaliers from their own 31-yard line. Wishbone formation. And here's the give on a double lead to the right side, and on the carry it's Josh Reeves, and he dives forward to the 34-yard line, a gain of maybe 3 on that carry for Josh Reeves.
You know, when I was looking at the lineup, Sam, I noticed how big the Carlinville offensive line is, and of course that's nothing unusual. They're always big. But right now what they're trying to do is just gain control of that offensive line, of Marquette's defensive line, and shove the ball right down their throat.
2nd down and 7 for the Cavaliers from their own 34. And here is a running back trying to sweep the left side. He's hemmed in, tries to sidestep the tackler. Cecil Brimage brings him down, but not until he picks up 4 out to the 38-yard line. On the carry that time for the Cavaliers was number 24, Bobby Simmons. And it's going to be 3rd and 3 for the Cavaliers.
A number of years ago, Carlinville used to have a running back named Dink Simmons. As a matter of fact, I think Dink went on and won about 4 state championships in track. I don't know if Bobby's any relation to him, but he sure showed a lot of speed right there.
So 3rd and 3 Cavaliers here from their own 38-yard line. Double wing formation, and they go with the quarterback sneak, Zach Dixon. And I don't think he got there. It's going to be very, very close. He crossed the 40. He needed the 41, and it's all going to depend upon the spot of the football. And I think he's about, they call it a first down. They called that a first down, and it sure looks short from here. And I think Tim Nelson over there is questioning, hey, why didn't you measure?
It was a quick call by the ref, and I tell you what, those guys with the chains across the field, they moved those real quick.
1st and 10 Cavaliers. I'll tell you what, if there was ever a time for a measurement, that was it. Their second first down of the night. 1st and 10 from their own 41, and here is the fullback just plowing ahead, dragging tacklers across midfield all the way down to the Marquette 47-yard line. Darnell Scott, and that was a classic run by a classic Carlinville fullback, dragging tacklers for a gain of 12.
Yeah, he broke a few tackles there, and then he dragged a few tacklers and made a real nice 12-yard run.
They've had some fullbacks up here.
Oh, they've had some tremendous fullbacks and then some very quick scat backs, too.
1st and 10 Cavaliers at the Marquette 48-yard line, and here's the give, and trying to turn that right corner is Josh Reeves. Good running room inside the 45 down to the 41-yard line. A gain of about 7 on that carry for Josh Reeves.
And that's a play that Don Borgini brought in a few years back when he replaced Rick Johns. Under Andy Easton, they never ran that. Just the jet play where the running back comes down the line, the quarterback hands off to him, and he goes laterally and looks for a spot to turn up.
We'll call that a gain of 4. It's 2nd down and 6 for the Cavaliers at the Marquette 41-yard line. They put a man in motion to the left side and give it to the fullback, and he plows forward, has the 1st down all the way down to the Marquette 32-yard line. A gain of 7 on that carry for Darnell Scott. That'll be the final play of the first quarter. A scoreless first quarter in Carlinville. Back with second quarter action in just a moment. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
When you play sports like football, injuries are going to happen. That's why more area schools count on the Human Motion Institute's sports medicine pros to keep their athletes healthy and in the game. Our certified athletic trainers are part of the team, assessing and treating injuries right on the field. And if serious injury occurs, they're backed by an expert team of Alton Memorial Hospital surgeons and therapists. The Human Motion Institute at Alton Memorial Hospital. We're part of the team.
Sports, food, and good times. All this and more are waiting for you at Alton Sports Tab. Gather the crew for a night out, or better yet, bring in the whole family and enjoy the best burger or wings in town. We offer daily specials, an affordable menu, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Visit our new Caribbean-themed edition. We also have banquet and meeting rooms for your special occasion. Alton Sports Tab, serving up sports, food, and good times daily at the intersection of Route 140 and Homer Adams Parkway in Alton.
Marquette dodged a couple bullets in the early going. They had to start from deep in their own territory after the opening kickoff at their own 4-yard line. Managed to put together a few first downs, then turned the ball over, but then forced a turnover. And now really the first sustained drive of the night by Carlinville. This drive started at their own 31. They have it 1st and 10 at the Marquette 33-yard line. And here is a big run by Josh Reeves, and he is going to go all the way for a touchdown. Josh Reeves, a 33-yard touchdown run on the first play of the second quarter. He swept the right side, made a dandy move about 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage, and then had plenty of running room down the right sideline, and he puts the Cavaliers on top.
Showed a lot of speed, too, on that run. Nice moves. What Carlinville did is they've been pounding Marquette with the fullback, and when Marquette keyed on the fullback that play, they faked the ball to the fullback, took it out of his belly, gave it to Josh Reeves on a wing-back counter, and he went all the way.
Now Sean Crouch, the extra point attempt. The kick is up, it's high, it's long, but it's wide to the right side. So 11:52 remaining in the second quarter. The score now, Carlinville 6, Marquette nothing. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Hi, George Weber. As we watch this year's Olympic Games and root for the world's top athletes, the Weber Chevrolet family wants to offer some encouragement to the terrific men and women representing our country. You are the best of the best. We know how hard you have worked. Win or lose, we are proud of you, and you are all truly winners. Even though you are half a world away, we are with you through every sprint, jump, and dive. And we sing along with you when you stand on that medal stand listening to the national anthem. So from all of us at Weber Chevrolet, go Team USA.
The Carlinville Cavaliers seeking a conference championship. Lead 6-0. Now Cecil Brimage for the Explorers on the kickoff return. Brimage up the middle. Brimage cutting to the outside and returns it all the way out to the 39-yard line where he's finally slammed down. And Brimage took that ball at about his own, just shy of his own 20, and a bolt of lightning up the middle, tried to make a move at the 35 and was finally corralled and brought down at the 39.
But what I like seeing there is he hit that with a full head of steam. The only way you're going to break one is to hit it with a full head of steam, make a cut, and hopefully have an opening, and then you'll take it all the way. And he was one man away from taking that all the way.
So now the Explorers, with their third possession, They turned the ball over once, and they were forced to punt once, and they put Brimage in motion to the left side and give it to Utley up the middle. Utley makes a nice move to find a hole, crosses the 40, and takes it out to the 43-yard line, a gain of 4 on that carry.
Well, I know we're both interested to see how Marquette responds after Carlinville scores on them. Marquette does this quarter have the wind to their back, so you just may see Keenan Eberlin put the ball up more now with the wind to his back.
Utley, 6 carries for 21 yards. Cecil Brimage, 4 carries, 33 yards. Keenan wide right, Howland wide left, double wing formation. Keenan Eberlin under center puts Bryce Smith in motion to the right side and gives it on a wing counter to Brimage, trying to run to the left side. Brimage spinning off tacklers, finally crosses the 45 and takes it out to the 47-yard line. That'll be a gain of 3 and bring about 3rd and 2.
And Brimage made a couple of nice moves there to turn a potential 1-yard loss into about a 3-yard gain. But I've been watching Brimage as he's coming on and off the field, and I don't know if he's hobbled or not, but he looks like he's limping. Maybe that's just the way he walks on and off the field.
No, he definitely looks like he's limping, even coming up to the line of scrimmage. Now, the Explorers go with a quarterback sneak, and finally a late flag is thrown because Travis Jones wasn't sure where he was to line up. Now, he was moving backwards, but I think that was completely legal. You can have one man in motion. And Eberlin went on a quarterback sneak, and I'm not so sure that they had Jones acting like he was confused on purpose, but apparently they confused the officials. I didn't see a penalty there. They called illegal procedure against the Explorers, and instead of a first down at midfield, it's going to be 3rd and 7. Back at their own 43-yard line.
The only person I saw moving, Sam, was Jones, and as
he
you
was
said,
moving backwards.
Exactly, and as you said, that was legal. I think it confused that ref because
now there seems to be some discussion. Now they're going to walk it off, and I think Tim Nelson is making his case from the far sideline that hey, yeah, he was moving, but we can have a guy in motion as long as he's moving away from the line of scrimmage or parallel to it. He was definitely moving away, but the call stands. The second penalty of the night against the Explorers, and now 3rd and 6 Marquette from their own 42-yard line. The pitch back, and here's Travis Jones trying to sweep the right side. Jones makes a move, has first down yardage across midfield. Now he lost the football when he hit the ground, but the ground can't cause a fumble, and it's a first down for the Explorers at the 46 of the Cavaliers after a 12-yard pickup by Travis Jones on his first carry of the night.
And Marquette does have a player down. It's Zach Keenan, and it's probably that ankle that we saw last week. And, you know, when you lose Zach Keenan, you lose a number of players because he's a wide receiver, he's a cornerback, he's the punter, he's the extra point kicker, and he's the field goal kicker.
Well, he already had one big reception here tonight, good for a first down, a 17-yard reception, and then we did see him get a good punt away. So while they tend to him, we'll take a timeout. 10:06 remaining second quarter. Carlinville 6, Marquette nothing. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
It's good to be first. First Cloverleaf Bank.
You two-timing son of a...
Honey, what are you doing?
We can fix anything. Andy's Auto Body on Broadway in Alton.
It's good to be first. First Cloverleaf Bank.
Explorer machine, 1st and 10 Marquette at the 47 of Carlinville. And here is the give to Cecil Brimage, who was lined up as the lone setback, and he powers his way forward down to the 40 of the Cavaliers, a pickup of about 6 on that carry for Brimage.
Yeah, that was a nice run, you know, by a 140-pound tailback, and if he's 140 pounds, I just don't believe he's 140 pounds, Sam, but maybe. But anyhow, he runs hard, though. He's a good, hard runner. He's shifty. He's fast. Very good athlete.
Second down and 4, Marquette just outside the 40 of the Cavaliers. That same formation now with Brimage as the lone setback and trips to the left side. The Cavaliers jump, but apparently did not come into the neutral zone. And then the Explorers run the option to the left side, and Eberlin slips as he tried to cut it upfield, got back to the line of scrimmage, but no more, and it's going to be 3rd and 4.
No, and he made the right decision and the right move, but his feet slid out from underneath him. That was just an option to the left side where he's going to either run the ball or pitch it out to Brimage, and he made the right choice in cutting it up. But like I said, he slipped and went down.
I'm surprised we didn't see a flag prior to that play, as the Cavaliers appeared to jump into the neutral zone, but apparently not. Double wing formation, 3rd and 4, Marquette. Brimage in motion to the left side. Eberlin loses the football and goes back and covers it at his 46 for a loss of 6 on the play.
That's one, but they fumbled 2 other times where they were lucky enough to fall on it.
So now Zach Keenan back in there in punt formation, stands back at his own 42. And for the Cavaliers, back deep to return it, Josh Carnduff. High snap to Keenan. He gets the kick away, and Carnduff will return from his own 6. Puts on a move, and up the middle he goes. A flag is thrown, and Carnduff returns it all the way back out to his own 21-yard line, but that likely will go against the Cavaliers. And if it does, they'll start inside their own 5 after the penalty yardage is marked off.
Well, and of course, the Carlinville Cavalier receiver made the big sin right there, Sam, and you know that. You don't catch a punt inside the 10-yard line, and he did that. And now the Cavaliers are being marched back.
So we'll wait for the indication, but it definitely does go against Carlinville, and it's likely an illegal block of some kind. The flag at the 8-yard line. They'll mark it off half the distance to the goal line. And they'll start 1st and 10 from their own 4, exactly where Marquette started after the opening kickoff. Carlinville operating into the wind, but that's not an issue for them because they rarely throw the football. They go with the wishbone formation. Down to 7:50 remaining in the first half, and here is the give on to the fullback, and that's Darnell Scott, and he pounds his way out to the 10-yard line, a gain of 6.
Yeah, in a situation like that on the 4-yard line, they're going to get in that wishbone. They're going to give it to the fullback the first time. They may give it to him again the second time, but then they're going to hit Marquette with a double lead. Then they will hit Marquette with a wingback counter, which is what Reeves scored on to start the second quarter.
2nd down and 4, Carlinville from their own 10-yard line. They go double tight, wishbone formation. Zach Dixon, their quarterback, takes the snap, and the double lead to the left side, and that's Simmons on the carry, and he's got good yardage, a pickup of 10 out to the 20-yard line before he's brought down, and another first down for the Cavaliers, their 5th of the night.
Yeah, out of that wishbone, what they're doing is they're just pounding with the fullback, and then they're hitting with the double leads. Then they'll break that wishbone, and they'll put the men out at wing, and they'll come back and hit Marquette with a wingback counter, which right now they're set up for.
A receiver wide to the left side, double wing formation. 1st and 10, Cavaliers at their own 20. They put a man in motion to the right side, and Dixon rolls to his left. He wants to throw. He's got a man out at the 32, and Simmons can't hang on. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Sam, why do high school coaches, and I know I used to be one, why do they have right-handed quarterbacks roll out to the left side? It's the hardest throw in the NFL. It's the hardest throw in college ball. And I got to suppose it's the hardest throw in high school ball, but yet I see it all the time.
But that was a good throw by Dixon.
It was a very good throw.
Hit Simmons right in the numbers out at the 32-yard line, and Simmons just dropped it.
Yeah, you're right. It should have been caught.
2nd down and 10, Cavaliers from their own 20. Now the give, and right up the middle goes the running back, and he picks up good yardage. Darnell Scott, the fullback, all the way out to the 28-yard line. I'll tell you what, the Cavaliers hide who has the football very, very well. We'll call that a gain of 7 to Scott. I thought somebody else had it, and then next thing I know, I look up and Scott had picked up 7.
Yeah, they've always, again, you can go back to the 90s, 80s, 70s. They've always had a very good offense, well execute. They're well coached, and they have been throughout the years.
Down to 6:10 and counting remaining here in the first half. A 3rd and 4. And here is Simmons sweeping the left side, crosses the 30 and falls down at the 35. He had a lot of running room. And as he crossed his own 30-yard line, he lost his balance and stumbled forward and finally went down at the 36. A gain of 9 on that carry and the 6th first down of the night for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, and that was that jet with the halfback lines up outside as a receiver, comes straight down the line behind the quarterback, takes the handoff from the quarterback, and then just looks for a spot. Had he not stumbled, Sam, he may have been gone.
He may have. 1st and 10, Carlinville from their own 36. Double wing formation. Now the give to the fullback, Scott. He crosses the 40 and takes it out to the 43 before Steve Utley and Keenan Everlin bring him down. But a gain of 6 on that carry before the big fullback, Darnell Scott. He's picked up 47 yards on 7 carries.
You know, and right now, Sam, as we watch this game, it's obvious that Carlinville's winning in the trenches. They're getting big holes. Their running backs are getting a lot of yardage right now. Using a timeout right now might not be a bad idea for the Marquette defense.
Carlinville leading 6-0, driving 2nd down and 4 from their own 43-yard line. And now the ball carrier, Dixon, the quarterback, crosses midfield and takes it to the Explorer 49. A gain of 8 on that carry and yet another first down for the Cavaliers.
That was a nice play, too, almost like a quarterback counter, which you don't see very often. The halfbacks all went one way and the quarterback came the other way.
And the Explorers do take a timeout. It comes with 5:06 remaining in the half. It's Carlinville 6, Marquette nothing. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Make life easy for yourself at the United Methodist Village.
With no more stairs and no more home upkeep in a spacious apartment or villa home, with no upfront endowment and just one monthly fee, you stay in control of your finances. Now that's easy and smart. Countryside living that is fun, neighborly, and only minutes from the Clark Bridge. The United Methodist Village, where living is easy.
I only wish I'd have moved here sooner.
RiverBend Chiropractic Center, the office of Dr. Stephanie Monroe, is a family wellness clinic that is conveniently located in Godfrey. Dr. Stephanie, a licensed doctor of chiropractic, is dedicated to caring for infants, children, and adults. She specializes in pediatric care, which is especially important this time of year with all the stress of backpacks and extracurricular activities like football, soccer, cheerleading, and other sports. Evening and weekend appointments are available. Please call 618-467-2744 for further information or questions.
Critical juncture in this ballgame. Carlinville leading Marquette 6-0. 5:06 to go to halftime. 1st and 10 Cavaliers at the Marquette 49. This drive started for the Cavaliers at their own 4. A flag is thrown as the ball carrier Josh Reeves picks up good yardage and takes it inside the 40 of the Explorers down to the 38. That's a gain of 12 if it stands. There are 2 flags on the play. It's going to be a hold against the Cavaliers, and that will set them back in a big hole. Because if they mark it out from the flag, well, there's a flag at the Marquette 49 and a flag at the Cavalier 49. And so we'll have to figure out where the spot of the foul is, but it's going to be 1st and 19 to 1st and 21. They're going to mark it off from the one at the Cavalier 49. So that'll move it back to the 39 and make it 1st down and 22 for the Cavaliers.
Well, and that was a huge call because of the fact that Reeves had picked up 12 yards and instead it goes back. So what a turnaround there.
It's about a 23-yard difference on one play. 1st and 22, Cavaliers from their own 39-yard line. Double wing formation. Dixon under center, puts a man in motion to the right side, and they run that wing counter. It's Simmons. He cuts it upfield and takes it all the way out to his own 49-yard line. A gain of 10 on that carry for Simmons, and he showed a burst, didn't he?
He does. And like I said, they've got about 3 backs, and they're all quick. The fullback is powerful and fast, and then the other 2 smaller backs, they are quick. So, Marquette's got their hands full, and right now all Carlinville's doing is running about 4 plays, and that's all you need if you run them well, and right now Carlinville's running them well.
2nd down and 12, Carlinville from their own 49-yard line. Double wing formation with receivers to the right side. They give it to the fullback, Scott. He picks up 2 to the Marquette 49. Darnell Scott, a short gain there, and it's going to bring about 3rd and 10, Carlinville.
Yeah, that was a nice stop by Mark Harrison and Pat Fitzgerald, and Marquette needs that. They've got to stop Carlinville here. This 3rd and 10 play is very big. I wouldn't be surprised if Carlinville does not pick it up if they decide to go for it, although I think they'd be silly to do that, but they might.
We're down to 3:35 and counting remaining in the first half. Double wing formation, 3rd and 10 Cavaliers. And here's the wing counter to the right side to Reeves, and he is brought down in the backfield by Steve Utley, an ankle tackle. I mean, Reeves almost got out of it, but Utley held on for dear life and threw him for a 3-yard loss.
Well, and the thing that Marquette did right there and did very well there was they sent the linebacker, Steve Utley. He came through, penetrated, and got the Carlinville running back in the backfield. So now Carlinville does have to punt.
Now down to 3 minutes and counting remaining in the first half. Crouch stands back at his own 36-yard line. Let's see if the Explorers go after him. They don't, although they get it. They get a partial block, and it's picked up by Marquette and returned the other way, and it's going to be a touchdown for the Explorers. 15, 10, 5, touchdown Marquette.
Flag.
On the return was Mark Harrison, but there is a flag at the Carlinville 29-yard line. Well, the Explorers didn't send everybody, but somebody got through, got a hand on the football, and Harrison picked it up at about the 45 of the Cavaliers and took it down the left sideline all the way for what appeared to be a touchdown, but a flag lying at the Carlinville 29-yard line. It'll go against the Explorers, and they'll start 1st and 10 at Carlinville's 39-yard line after they mark off the yardage.
And I tell you what, the Explorer coaching staff is upset with that call, and I think they have a right to be. I sure didn't see anything, Sam, and all of a sudden, we got a kid going down the sideline for a touchdown, and here comes a flag out of nowhere.
Well, and it was a late flag, too. But they're a lot closer than we are. So the Explorers need to forget about the fact that they lost a touchdown there and just keep in mind that, hey, they've got 39 yards to go to get the equalizer and maybe go ahead with 2:43 left in the first half clock. 1st and 10, Marquette at the Carlinville 39-yard line. Howland wide right, double wing formation. They put Bryce Smith in motion to the right side and give it to the fullback Utley right up the middle, and he goes nowhere. They never do blow the flag, and he's thrown back about 5 yards, but surely they'll give him forward progress back to the, well, they don't give him much.
No, he lost almost 3. Or 2, he lost a good 2.
Well, I thought he had more forward progress than that, but they never blew the whistle. And, of course, Utley's not going to give up. He just kept churning. So 2nd down and 12 for the Explorers at the 41 of the Cavaliers. Receivers left and right, double wing formation. Eberlin under center, and the hand is to Travis Jones trying to sweep the right side. He turns the corner and drags a couple of tacklers down to the 35 of Carlinville for a gain of 6 on the carry. But it's going to be 3rd and about 7 for Marquette.
Well, I think Marquette's in 4-down territory here, Sam, with 1:40 to go in the half. And they've got a 3rd and 7. So if they get anything at all, I think they'll go for it on 4th down.
Marquette does have 2 timeouts remaining.
But they're going to go with the sweep here to Brimage to the left side.
Yes, they are. They've got 3 receivers to the left side, but they're out there to block for Brimage. Toss pitch left side. Brimage trying to turn that left corner. Cuts it up. Brimage makes a nice move, but he's going to be brought down shy of 1st down yardage. He got down to the 32-yard line for a gain of about 3 on that carry, but it's going to be 4th and 4. The clock still runs with 1:08 remaining.
Yeah, Marquette has to go for it here. They've got 4th and 4, 4th and 3. I'd like to see him put the ball in Brimage's hand again and let him try to pick that up. But they'll probably go with Utley up the gut.
Down to 55 seconds remaining. I formation with a wing to the right. And here's the give to Bryce Smith following his fullback. I think he's got the 1st down. And it stops the clock with 46 seconds remaining. Bryce Smith picked up 5. That was Bryce Smith.
Well, they moved that ball back just now, Sam, so they're going to have a measurement here, I bet.
Oh, yeah, they are going to measure. How about that? They didn't measure earlier. Well, I don't want to sound like I'm whining, but, boy, sometimes you see this where you wonder.
I'm wondering. I've seen a few calls here that make me wonder. No, they didn't get, well, I think they're short.
It is. It's like an inch short. Well, now the referee's going to get down to look again, but no, it's short.
Yeah.
It's about one link of the chain short, and the Cavaliers will take over on downs.
Well, when they moved that ball back, Bryce Smith got to a certain point, but when they moved that ball back, you could almost bet that Marquette wasn't going to have that first down. So they lost a first down, they lost a touchdown. You may not want to sound like you're whining, but I guess I'm whining.
Well, at any rate, now the Explorers just need to hang on. 46 seconds remaining until halftime. And it's 1st and 10 Carlinville from their own 29-yard line. And the Cavaliers come out and go out of the wishbone, double tight. And the quarterback, Dixon, takes it on a quarterback sneak right up the middle. And he loses the football. And I think the Explorers may have recovered. Let's see. Marquette says they did, and the referee says they did too. So Carlinville, I think, just trying to run the clock out. And they lose the football, their second turnover, their second lost fumble. And it's 1st and 10 for the Explorers at the Carlinville 37 with 38 seconds remaining. Marquette does have 2 timeouts.
They do have 2 timeouts. They got 38 seconds, so they've got to strike pretty quick. But that does not mean they've got to throw the ball all the way down the field. A couple short passes.
We talked about that brisk wind, but it's calmed down now. But what wind there is at the Explorers back. 1st and 10, and here's the pitch back, and Bryce Smith is going to throw. He lets it go deep down the middle. Brimage was open, but it's intercepted by the Cavaliers. The ball was underthrown. Brimage was behind everybody, but Bobby Simmons picked it off at the 10-yard line, or actually at the 6. So it was a good thought by the Explorers, and Brimage beat everybody, but Bryce Smith just couldn't get it there.
But I tell you what, I like that call. That was a very good call, very good play. The only thing is the throw wasn't long enough. And what caused that was the fact that Bryce could not get the handle on the ball, and therefore could not get the laces the right way to throw the ball. By the time he finally threw it, Carlinville had adjusted.
Now the Cavaliers want a timeout with 28 seconds remaining in the half. Carlinville 6, Marquette nothing. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
St. Anthony's Health Center, located in Alton, is serving the Riverbend area with quality patient care and comfort through comprehensive outpatient rehabilitative therapy services, advanced diagnostic technology, and emergency services, while also providing community education classes that benefit those of all ages. All brought to you by St. Anthony's Health Center's dedicated and caring health professionals.
Higher, run faster, and throw farther. Learn more at altonmemorialhospital.org. Human Motion Institute Sports Performance. Building better athletes.
All right, man, halftime's coming. I'm going to get on the track here.
Quarterback sneak this time. Picked up 2 at the Cavaliers with the last final about 6 seconds to kick off the clock. And we've had a very entertaining first half of play. Some interesting occurrences, and we'll be back to tell you about that in just a moment. At the half, it's Marquette trailing Carlinville. The Cavaliers 6, the Explorers nothing. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
It's good to be first. First Cloverleaf Bank.
Brooke DeMuzio, Brianne Dowdy, Kimmy Gorzinski, Taylor Garrison, Cameron Gooding, Elizabeth Cripe, Jennifer Mueller, Emmy Andre, Haley Rosentrader, Les Rosentrader, Taylor Schwab, Natasha Spangler, and Stephanie Willis are going to perform a palm routine to a song written back in 1981. It was a big hit from the Jay Giles Band, and it's been used before to entertain our football and basketball fans. Here is Freeze Frame. predictions in all the land. As if you pay your attention at the 50-yard line, 11 of our 13 band seniors will get the honor of playing the Cavalier call. Before they play the call, though, we want to also take this opportunity to thank Larry and Lisa Rosentrader for all their hard work and dedicated work that it has taken to bring the horse to our home games and local parades for the past 4 years. Let's give them a great round of applause. And now, ladies and gentlemen, performing their incomparable Call of the Cavaliers, Leslie Ann Rosentrader riding her horse, spoken Gloria Jean, and our school song.
RiverBender.com's coverage of this game is sponsored by St. Anthony's Health Center, innovation, commitment, compassion. Gerard Fisher American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. First Cloverleaf Bank, we're better together. Alta Memorial Hospital, the best health care close to home. Weber Granite City Chevrolet. Alton Sports Tap, sports, food, and good times. United Methodist Village, where living is easy. Lisa Funk, the Riverbend's top producing broker year after year. Chuck West Agency, helping business owners for 46 years. Riverbend Chiropractic Center, dedicated to caring for infants, children, and adults. And by Andy's Auto Body, we can fix anything.
At his own 5. And let's see how well Keenan can put a toe into this ball. He's been hampered by an ankle injury. Gets a high end-over-end kick. It'll be returned by one of the upmen from the 15. That's Simmons, and he takes it out across the 25 to the 30 to the 32-yard line. And the Cavaliers will start 1st and 10 right there to get the second half underway. Carlinville leading Marquette 6-0.
Well, Sam, you were right, about the John Rogers theory and stuff, and Marquette really needs to make a stand here, because the last thing they want to do is let Carlinville come out and score the first drive of the second half.
Marquette trailing 6-0, needing a victory to share the conference championship with the Cavaliers and probably the Southwestern Piasaw Birds. Here's the give to the fullback, breaks tackles at the line of scrimmage, loses the football, and let's see who's got it. Marquette does at the 40. So the third turnover of the ball game by the Cavaliers, and it was their fullback, Darnell Scott, coughing it up after about an 8-yard pickup.
Yeah, that really surprises me, the amount of times that Carlinville's put the ball on the ground. Carlinville normally sure-handed, but that sure plays well into Marquette's hands. It's a great way for Marquette to start the second half.
So the Explorers have it at the Carlinville 40-yard line, 1st and 10. After the Cavalier turnover, a big turn of events there. Let's see if the Explorers can cash in. Keenan Eberlin turns, gives it to the fullback, Utley. He carries tacklers with him for a gain of 5, down to the 35 of the Cavaliers.
I think if I was Carlinville, I would just key on Utley and make the other kids beat you, but I think that's what Coach Nelson wants. They want the Marquette coaches want you to key on their fullback so that the fast kids can break something.
2nd and 5, Marquette at the 35 of Carlinville. Keenan wide to the right side, Ryan Howland wide left. Double wing formation. Keenan Eberlin, long count. And now the Cavaliers jump offside as Brimage went in motion to the left side. The Cavaliers jumped. That'll be a free 5 and should be a first down for the Explorers.
Well, it should be, but we'll see what the refs are going to do here.
Well, they eyeball it. The ball's right on the line.
It sure looks like a first down, but those refs do not want to give it to us.
Oh, no, I think it's better for Marquette to be shy.
I don't know.
Would you rather have 2nd and inches
I think
and
you
get an extra play from the 30? Well, you always
That's
want
one way of
down.
looking at it, yeah, but I think you always want a first down.
Travis Jones in motion to the right side, and the give is to Utley, the fullback, and even though he only picks up a couple, that will be a first down.
That will be a first down.
Utley picks up 2, 9 carries on the night for Utley for 30 yards. 1st and 10 Explorers at the 28 of the Cavaliers. We're just 1 minute into this second half of action on the very first play after the kickoff. First play from scrimmage of the second half. Carlinville coughed it up. And the Explorers have it 1st and 10 at Carlinville's 28-yard line. Here is the pitch back to Bryce Smith trying to sweep the right side. He cuts it back up inside and takes it down to the 35-yard line, just shy of the 35. A gain of 3, maybe 4 on that carry.
I tell you something I haven't been watching very much this year, but it was the blocking of the other halfbacks. And just now, Cecil Brimage made a nice block for Bryce Smith, who was able to cut the ball up and pick up a few yards. And that's nice to see when the halfbacks block for each other.
2nd down and 7 for the Explorers at the Cavalier 27-yard line. 26, we'll call it. Now here's the wing counter to Brimage. Brimage, an ankle tackle made as Brimage took it down to the 20-yard line. A gain of about 7 on that carry, and he was a step from breaking that one for a touchdown, and if not for that ankle tackle, it might have gone all the way. 3rd and 2 for the Explorers.
And I'll tell you who got him. That was the quarterback from Carlinville, Zach Dixon, playing defense. He made that tackle. Had he not made that tackle, I think Brimage would have scored.
3rd and 2 Marquette at the 21 of the Cavaliers. Double wing formation with the receiver to the right side. And here's a give to Utley, the fullback, and Utley has what appears to be first down yardage. He does have it easily down to the 17-yard line. He picked up 4, the 7th first down of the night for the Explorers. 1st and 10 at the 17 of the Cavaliers.
Yeah, so far it's a nice-looking drive. It, of course, started on the Carlinville Cavaliers side of the field, but so what? It's still a nice-looking drive for Marquette. They're keeping the ball on the ground. They're protecting the ball, and they're picking up some chunks of yardage.
Receivers left and right, double wing formation. Eberlin under center, turns, hands it on that jet play to Brimage, and Brimage still on his feet, breaks the tackle at the 10, at the 5, and a hold down from behind all the way down at the 2-yard line.
You know, if you don't wrap Brimage up and put him on the ground, he is going to run through your arm tackles, and that's exactly what he did. Marquette got down to, the 2-yard line, Sam? And, watch for Utley now to bang that ball in.
So it's 1st and goal for the Explorers.
Touchdown.
And in for the touchdown is Steve Utley on the 2-yard carry right up the gut. And the Explorers have tied the football game.
Now we'll see how effective Zach Keenan will be with that extra point. Again, last week he banged up his ankle, his right ankle, his kicking ankle. So it'll be interesting to see just what he can do here. All he's got to do is make it through. It need not be pretty, just get it through.
Out of the hold of Keenan Eberlin. The snap, the spot, the kick, and it's up. It's plenty high, it's plenty long, and it is good. It is good.
Yeah, Sam, I lost there.
Just go ahead and put me on soon if you got a spot going. So the Marquette Explorers have taken a 7-6 lead here in Carlinville. On a 1st and 10 at the 17, they gave it to Cecil Brimage, and he broke a couple of tackles and took it all the way down to the 2. And then on 1st and goal at the 2, the give was to Steve Utley. And Utley took it in for the touchdown. Zach Keenan added the extra point. And Marquette leads it 7-6, and there's that Rogers theorem coming true.
Yeah, absolutely right, yeah. And what really helped, of course, was the fumble on the first play from scrimmage by the Carlinville fullback. But then Marquette put together a nice drive, keeping the ball on the ground the whole time, and scored. And now they're up 7-6.
Well, 3 turnovers in the ball game for the Carlinville Cavaliers, and 2 for the Marquette Explorers. And you got a hunch that turnovers are going to be a factor as we go on here. We're still early third quarter, but Marquette leading it, and now Zach Keenan's kick, and he kicks it away from Reeves, and he kicks it into the end zone. So Reeves was set up in the middle of the field, a lone setback, and Keenan kicked it towards the left pylon, and before Reeves could get over there and pick it up, it went into the end zone, and the Cavaliers will start 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. So a 40-yard touchdown drive for the Explorers after Carlinville turned it over. And it was an impressive drive for the Explorers, all on the ground. They just pounded away. Well, and a key run there by Cecil Brimage to pick up 15.
And what we saw was no penalties, no fumbles. You know, that's the key. Hold on to the ball and don't make any stupid mistakes, silly penalties.
Now Reeves for the Cavaliers crosses the 25 and takes it out to the 27 or 28-yard line. We'll call it the 28, where he's brought down by Angelo Cross. And it's going to be 2nd down and 2 for Carlinville right there. So Reeves, a good gain on that carry.
Well, and as we both know, Carlinville will keep the ball on the ground this whole series, which will eat up a lot of the clock, too.
Now here's the give to Darnell Scott, and he's got 1st down yardage across the 35, out to the 37-yard line, a gain of 9 for Scott. And the first down of the second half for the Cavaliers, their 8th of the night. The first downs are even at 8 apiece.
Again, the Cavaliers have not had much trouble moving the ball, but they've had trouble holding on to the ball.
So 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line. And here's the give on a wing counter, and that is Josh Reeves, and he crosses midfield and takes it down to the Marquette 48-yard line. A pickup of 14 on that carry for Reeves, and now the Cavaliers are picking it up in big chunks.
Well, and I think Coach Easterday found a play he likes right there, giving the ball on that wingback counter to Josh Reeves, because he is picking up big chunks of yardage right now.
1st and 10, Carlinville at the Marquette 48. The Explorers leading 7-6. Carlinville scored on the first play of the second quarter, and the Explorers scored here early in the third quarter. Now here is the give right up the middle, and that's the quarterback, Dixon. He didn't give it to anybody. He just kept it himself and took it down to the 44-yard line, a gain of 4 on that carry. 2nd and 6, Carlinville at the Marquette 44-yard line. And, of course, I'm sure ball security is something that's on the mind of the Cavaliers, who have turned it over 3 times.
And you can bet Marquette's aware of that, and they're going for the ball.
2nd and 6. Now that jet play to the right side to Reeves. He slips down and goes down at the 44-yard line. No gain on the play. He tried to turn that right corner. The whistles were late in blowing. And I think maybe if Reeves had kept going, maybe the officials might have let it. He just stopped when he fell down,
He
rightfully
did.
so.
Yeah.
But they didn't blow the whistle until a couple, 3 seconds after he got up and just stood there.
Well, I guess they were watching to see what he wanted to do.
Third down now. 3rd and 6. A big third down play here. Double wing formation. And to give to Scott, the fullback, and he pounds his way forward to the 40-yard line. And it's going to bring about 4th and 2, and I'll bet the Cavaliers will go here.
I'm sure they will, and I would give it to the fullback again. I tell you what, they got a nice spot there too, because the fullback hit the ground and bounced a yard, and that's where they spotted it at, where he wound up stopping, not where he hit the ground.
Yeah, it's 4th and a long yard, almost 2. We'll call it officially 4th and 1. Dixon under center puts a man in motion to the right side. And now they say Marquette jumped across the line. Now Carlinville did that earlier in the game, and they didn't blow the whistle. Marquette barely moved at the line of scrimmage, and they said they moved into the neutral zone.
I'm not sure Marquette was in the neutral zone, though. Marquette runs that play a lot where they back their defensive lineman off the line, and then they jump, but they do not get into the neutral zone. That was also a late flag. That flag, if they were in the neutral zone, that flag should have come out right away.
So, the 5th penalty of the night against the Explorers. A first down for the Cavaliers, 1st and 10 at the Marquette 35-yard line. Now there's a mix-up in the backfield. And I thought for a moment the ball was loose. I think it was loose.
It was loose.
It was covered by a lineman. So another fumble by the Cavaliers, but this time they get it back. They lost a yard back to the 35. It'll be 2nd and 11.
Well, they got lucky there because their quarterback, Zach Dixon, dropped the ball, and the left guard, Quantrell Williams, was able to fall on it.
Drizzling just a bit here, and that might make the ball a little bit slick. I'm sure that turf is wet as well. Now they give to Reeves on a double lead to the right side, and no gain on the play as he's brought down immediately at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he was brought down pretty hard. He might be shooken up a little bit on that one.
Thomas Hendrick, one of the tacklers there, along with Mark Harrison. And now 3rd and 10, almost 11 for the Cavaliers at the Marquette 35. So a big third down play here. Marquette leading 7-6, just inside of 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. And here is Dixon rolling to his left under pressure. He is sacked! What a sack all the way back at the 45-yard line. And Brad Imming came across and made a dandy tackle to sack the quarterback for a 10-yard loss.
Yeah, that was sophomore linebacker Brad Imming. We haven't called his name out tonight, but he's been playing pretty well for the past few weeks for the Explorers. And boy, he came across like he was shot out of a cannon and made a nice stop right there.
Now Brimage and Jones back deep to receive this punt from the Cavaliers. Sean Crouch stands at his own 43-yard line awaiting the snap. He gets this kick away, and Brimage will pick it up after one bounce at the 15, breaks a couple of tackles to the 20, and takes it out near the 25-yard line where the Explorers will have it 1st and 10 with 4:07 remaining here in the third quarter.
Well, that was a big stop by the Marquette defense, and Marquette would like to run this clock out for the third quarter and then get what little breeze there is right now to their back. And, of course, Carlinville, if they're behind in the fourth quarter, they're not a come-from-behind team, especially since they throw very little.
Well, the fumble, even though they didn't lose it on the second down play on that series, really cost Carlinville. And then the big sack by Immig, and now here is the give to Utley. Utley breaking tackles, looked like a pinball in there, just bouncing off one guy to another. And he takes it out for a gain of about 4 to the 29-yard line.
Well, we've called Utley a bowling ball, and now we've called him a pinball, and and both are apt. That's how he runs.
Well, he was just bouncing from one guy to another. Picked up almost 5 on that carry. 2nd and a short 6 for the Explorers from their own 29-yard line. Now they send 3 receivers wide to the left side, and they try to sweep to the left side to Brimage. And Brimage breaks tackles and carries tacklers with him for a first down out across the 35-yard line. He picked up 7.
I absolutely do not know how Brimage got through that, because what's happened is every time Marquette's run the trips, which is 3 receivers to one side, they've pitched it to Brimage on that sweep, and of course Carlinville knows that now, and they were ready for that. And Brimage got hit, and I thought he was down about 2 yards, 2-yard loss or so, but he picked up the first down.
The 9th first down of the night for the Explorers, 1st and 10 from their own 35, and now the officials stop the clock. And they called what? Illegal. Marquette must have had too many men in the huddle. Yeah, I think they sent somebody off just before the snap. No? There was no penalty. I don't know what that signal was.
There was no penalty. I don't know why.
He made a signal and pointed Marquette's way, but I guess he just said, well, maybe they hadn't reset the 25-second clock, which they have here. And now here is Eberlin on a mix-up on the play, and he just keeps it himself. He turned and wanted to hand it to somebody, but there was nobody to hand it to. Either the running back went the wrong way or Eberlin turned the wrong way. So he just turned it upfield and picked up 2 out to the 37-yard line.
Well, and on a broken play like that, what most coaches teach the quarterback to do is just tuck the ball away and try to get what you can. And that's what Keenan did.
2nd down and 8, Explorers from their own 37-yard line. Trips to the right side, and Eberlin dropped the snap, picks it up, pitches it back, and now whistles and flags. They're going to call that play dead.
They're going to call it. They're going to call it down, I think.
Oh, they did.
I think they said that Eberlin's knee was on the ground
when he pitched it back. He dropped the snap.
Well, he dropped the snap again.
Then he went down to a knee and picked it up and pitched it back to Bryce Smith. Bryce Smith was going to have a nice gain, but instead it's a 3-yard loss for Keenan Eberlin. And it's going to be 3rd and 11 for the Explorers, just shy of their own 35-yard line, now with 2:10 and counting remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Well, I tell you, with 3rd and 10, almost 3rd and 11, I really hope the Explorers don't put the ball up right now. Keep it on the ground.
You got to believe that ball's really slick the way everybody's having trouble, both sides having trouble hanging on to it. Receivers left and right. Travis Jones in motion to the right side. Eberlin rolls to his right. Looks downfield. Now he's going to run with it. Eberlin forced out of bounds across the 40. Right at the 40. So he picked up 6 on that carry, but it's going to be 4th and 5 for the Explorers. And
I thought I saw a flag on the field, but there's not. So it's 4th and 6. Marquette's going to have to punt this away with 1:44 left in the quarter.
So Zach Keenan stands back at his own 25-yard line awaiting this snap. His right ankle is heavily taped, and yet he's still going to punt. Josh Carnduff back deep to receive for the Cavaliers, standing back at his own 25-yard line. The Cavaliers loaded up, and they come after this kick, and Keenan does a great job to get it away. It's going to take a Marquette hop inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 27-yard line, and the Cavaliers will start 1st and 10 right there. Keenan did a great job to get it away, and now Angelo Cross is down and injured for the Explorers back at his own 37-yard line.
Yeah, I think he got the wind knocked out of him the way he's rolling around down there. Normally that does not signify a knee or ankle injury. I think he got the wind knocked out of him.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm not in mid-season form because I'm about frozen.
Yeah, I tell you what, we probably sound like it. The people listening probably wonder why we're stuttering and catching our words and stuff. It is cold.
Well, I didn't dress warmly enough. I mean, I knew it was going to be cool this evening. And it's not like I have a T-shirt on or anything, but I needed to bundle up more than I did. Now, Cross is fine. He's up and trots off the field. And I think your diagnosis was correct. I think he did have the wind knocked out of him, and I think we'll see him return. You don't want to miss him too much on defense back there in the linebacker position.
He's a key player for Marquette on that defense, and one of the great kids at Marquette. Really a nice kid, soft-spoken, and he's smart too, and that's always nice.
7-6, the Explorers lead it. A Marquette win creates at least a co-conference championship and probably a tri-conference championship between Carlinville, Marquette, and Southwestern, assuming the Piasaw Birds beat Roxana tonight, which is probably a safe assumption, not to take anything away from the Shells. Now Reeves trying to sweep the right side, puts on a move, and Bryce Smith did a good job to slow him down and wait for the pursuit to come up. But as it is, it's about a 7-yard pickup for Josh Reeves. And now we have another Explorer down and injured. That's Mitch Woolner, although he gets up but then trots off the field. So a 7-yard pickup for Reeves, but it could have been a whole lot more. But there is a flag on the play, and it lies back at the Carlinville 29-yard line, and that's going to be bad news for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, that has to be holding. Let me tell you something about Roxana, though, Sam. This year they're having troubles, and they've had troubles now for the past couple years, but they're about 2 years away from being a very, very good ball club.
They finally got some numbers. They've got some underclassmen.
They've got huge numbers in the freshman class, and I think their freshman team is undefeated and very, very good. So they're going to be scary in about 2 years, and if those freshmen as sophomores mature, which is hard to, you can't really ask for that, but they could be decent next year. They will be better next year than they are this year, let's put it that way.
That was a crackback block against the Cavaliers. That's a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, which was the 30. It moves the football all the way back to the 15-yard line, and so the Cavaliers are going to have it first down. And, let's see, 23, but now the Cavaliers want a timeout. We'll take 1-2. 1:24 remaining in the third quarter. Marquette 7, Carlinville 6. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Business owners all around the River Bend have been turning to Chuck West Agency for over 46 years for help with employee benefits, retirement planning, and life insurance solutions. Retirement planning is one of the most crucial concerns for business owners and employees, so let Chuck West Agency help you find sound, innovative ways to meet these challenges. Give Chuck West a call at 618-462-6880 or email info@chuckwestagency.com. RiverBend Chiropractic Center, the office of Dr. Stephanie Monroe, is a family wellness clinic that is conveniently located in Godfrey. Dr. Stephanie, a licensed doctor of chiropractic, is dedicated to caring for infants, children, and adults. She specializes in pediatric care, which is especially important this time of year with all the stress of backpacks and extracurricular activities like football, soccer, cheerleading, and other sports. Evening and weekend appointments are available. Please call 618-467-2744 for further information or questions.
And back in Carlinville, Marquette leading the Cavaliers 7-6 with just 1:24 remaining here in the third quarter. Glad you're tuned in live here on Z1570. Also online on the web at altondailynews.com. And we're also streaming video at RiverBender.com. So no matter where you are, anywhere in the world, you should be able to hear us if you have the right device. And I'm sure there are many parts of the world where somebody's listening to us where it's a lot warmer than it is here. But I'll tell you what, I wouldn't trade this for anything. This is what you live for in high school football. A game with conference championship implications, a well-played ball game, even though there have been a lot of turnovers, but that's really due to the wet conditions here. And a one-point ball game late in the third quarter. You can't ask for much more, can you?
No, it's been a good ball game, a typical Carlinville Cavalier Market Explorer football game, something we've seen now, Sam, going back 30-plus years.
So 1st and 23, Carlinville from their own 15-yard line. They put two receivers wide to the right side, and then they run the fullback to the left side, and that's Darnell Scott, and he fights for yardage. And gets maybe 4 on that carry. It's going to be 2nd and 19.
I guarantee you right now what Marquette's looking for is a turnover. They're swarming hard. They're going for that ball. But the bad thing about when you swarm like that, when you go after the ball like that, Carlinville may hit you with a counter, and if they catch you, they'll take it all the way.
I'd settle for forcing a punt myself.
Absolutely.
2nd down and 19. From the 19 for the Cavaliers. Here's the wing counter. Reeves sidesteps a couple of tacklers, but Michael Selby hits him first, and then Thomas Hendrick comes in and finishes him off out at the 23-yard line. A gain of 4 on that carry, and it's going to be 3rd and about 15.
Yeah, we haven't said Thomas Hendrick's name a whole lot, but he very quietly out there. He's played a good game for Marquette on defense, as really has the whole defense.
So a big 3rd down play here. A big 3rd down play both ways. And back to throw is Dixon over the middle, and that is caught
nice
for
catch.
A first down out at the 40-yard line. Trevor Rodas making a diving catch all the way out at the 40. And that's good for 20 yards and a first down.
That was a huge play, and that could be a game-turning play right there, because otherwise the Cavaliers would have had to have punted, and instead they pick up a first down. And really, you got to give the kid Rodas a lot of credit for that catch, because it was a very nice catch on a low-thrown ball. Very well-thrown ball, too, because the only way it was not going to be picked off was to throw it right there low and in between the Marquette defenders.
That's the end of the third quarter. After 3 quarters of action, it's Carlinville and Marquette. The Explorers 7, the Cavaliers 6. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
When making the biggest investment of your life, you should expect the experience, professionalism, and commitment of a full-time realtor. Lisa Funk will provide you with results you can count on. Satisfaction guaranteed. Only agent in town that offers a free moving van when you buy or sell. Her experience is not expensive, it's priceless. So look for Lisa for all your real estate needs at 910 Funk or www.lisafunk.com. RiverBender's top producing broker year after year.
When you play sports like football, injuries are going to happen. That's why more area schools count on the Human Motion Institute's sports medicine pros to keep their athletes healthy and in the game. Our certified athletic trainers are part of the team, assessing and treating injuries right on the field. And if serious injury occurs, they're backed by an expert team of Alton Memorial Hospital surgeons and therapists. The Human Motion Institute at Alton Memorial Hospital. We're part of the team.
For the Carlinville Cavaliers from their own 40 on the first down play, a running play to the right side that picks up about 5, maybe, yeah, it was a 5-yard pickup.
He picked up 5.
And I'm trying to see who it was.
It was Reeves.
No.
Yeah,
it was Simmons. No, it was Reeves. You're right.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Marquette's doing a much better job of defending that. I mean, Reeves did pick up 5 there, but earlier in the game, well, that's what he scored on his long touchdown run on. But he's been picking up, 12, 14 yards on that, and Marquette's doing much better defensing that.
2nd down and 5 for the Cavaliers from their own 45-yard line. Man in motion to the left side. That's Simmons. He tries to run that sweep to the left side. He turns the corner, crosses midfield, still on his feet at the 35 and tripped up at the 30-yard line. Actually, I think he just kind of fell down when he made the cut.
He tripped over his own feet again. That's the second time we've seen him trip over his own feet.
A 25-yard pickup for Simmons and another first down for the Cavaliers. This time deep in Marquette territory at the Explorer 30. Simmons 5 carries, 58 yards.
Yeah, and if he hadn't tripped twice over his own feet, he'd have a lot more yardage than that.
Well, he was going to cut that back, and he was going to be gone. But trying to cut it, he tripped himself up. 1st and 10 at the Marquette 30 now. Darnell Scott, the fullback, and he just squirts forward all the way down to the 20-yard line. He's going to be just shy of a first down, I think. It's going to be 2nd and a yard. Well, Scott, 83 yards on 13 carries.
Yeah, you got to go back to that catch by Rodas a few plays ago, because that was about a 3rd and 12 and a huge play. Otherwise, Marquette's got the ball right now.
2nd and less than a yard for the Cavaliers outside the Marquette 20, and here's the give, and that's Simmons, and Simmons takes it down to the 15-yard line. A gain of 5 on that carry, and another first down for the Cavaliers, their 13th of the night, as they look to regain the lead.
Yeah, Marquette's defense really needs to hold here. They're down to the 15, almost to 14, and Marquette's defense really has to stiffen up right here.
This drive started at their own 20. After Marquette scored to take the 7-6 lead, Carlinville looking to drive 80 yards. They're 15 shy. Here is Reeves trying to sweep that right side, and he is dragged down by Angelo Cross for a loss on the play. Back at the 19-yard line, a loss of 4.
Good play by Angelo Cross coming across and making that play.
Reeves tried to duck up inside him, and for a minute I was afraid Cross got his face mask as he got him up high, as Reeves tried to duck inside the tackle, but Cross did a good job to bring him down and not commit a penalty. So 2nd and 14 Cavaliers at the Marquette 19-yard line. They send a receiver wide to the left side, a slot receiver to the left as well, a double wing formation, and now the Cavaliers want a timeout. It comes with 9:27 remaining in the fourth quarter. It's Marquette 7, Carlinville 6. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Body Shop? Andy's Auto Body on Broadway in Alton.
Sports, food, and good times. All this and more are waiting for you at Alton Sports Tap. Gather the crew for a night out, or better yet, bring in the whole family and enjoy the best burger or wings in town. We offer daily specials, an affordable menu, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Visit our new Caribbean-themed edition. We also have banquet and meeting rooms for your special occasion. Alton Sports Tap, serving up sports, food, and good times daily at the intersection of Route 140 and Homer Adams Parkway in Alton.
Double wing from the right hash mark. They put a man in motion to the right side and run that wing counter. Simmons trying to step outside. Breaks a tackle, but then tackled from behind after a 2-yard gain to the 17. Cecil Brimage made the play after Mark Harrison missed, or actually...
Well, Brad Emming missed him 3
Brad
yards
Emming.
deep in the backfield, and that would have been huge had Brad's problem right there is he went down to his knees. He's got to stay up and make those tackles.
So now, 3rd and 13 Cavaliers at the Marquette 17-yard line. They are in 4-down territory. Receivers left and right, double wing formation, a man in motion to the right side, and Dixon wants to throw. Pumps. Now he's going to run with it. And sidesteps a couple of tackles and takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line, just inside the 10. So he picked up about 5 on that carry, and it's going to be 4th and about 5 for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, he made a couple of nice moves, though, to get that much yardage. And this, obviously, everyone knows this is a huge 4th down play. As a matter of fact, this may be the game right here.
4th and 5 Cavaliers at the Marquette 10. The clock rolling with 8:15 remaining in the fourth quarter. Marquette leading 7-6.
Now, the Marquette defense has to be smart and not jump here because they're going to come to the line and try to pull them off sides.
Double wing with 2 receivers to the left side. On 4th and 5, here's the give to Simmons trying to turn that left corner. Simmons has the first down. Simmons has the touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run by Bobby Simmons, and the Cavaliers have regained the lead.
Well, that's a shame, unless you're a Cavalier. But 4th down and 5, and he gets 10 yards and a touchdown.
That was that jet play as they put Simmons in motion from the right wing-back slot. Put him in motion to the left side, handed him the football, and I told you there were 2 receivers wide to the left side. Well, they were out there to block. And the Explorers strung it out for a moment, but then Simmons finally turned that corner, and once he did, he turned on the speed. Now the Cavaliers go for 2 here. And here is the give. No, it's Dixon rolling to his right, and he tosses it into the end zone, and it's broken up, incomplete, no good. So the Cavalier lead is 5 with 7:58 remaining in the fourth quarter. It's Carlinville 12, Marquette 7. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Take a look at the latest J.D. Power & Associates insurance certifications for customer satisfaction. Know what each certified agency has in common?
Each is with American Family Insurance.
In fact, American Family Agencies are the first agency certified by J.D. Power & Associates.
According to our policyholders, our agents deliver an outstanding customer experience.
American Family Insurance.
All your protection
under one roof.
Call me, Gerard Fisher, at 466-7062 or stop by 3014 Godfrey Road.
St. Anthony's Health Center, located in Alton, is serving the Riverbend area with quality patient care and comfort through comprehensive outpatient rehabilitative therapy services, advanced diagnostic technology, and emergency services, while also providing community education classes that benefit those of all ages. All brought to you by St. Anthony's Health Center's dedicated and caring health professionals.
After Marquette scored with 8:55 remaining in the third quarter to take a 7-6 lead, Carlinville embarked on an 80-yard touchdown drive that took almost 13 minutes off the clock. And they take a 12-7 lead, and now the Explorers will try and answer. And your first thought is maybe Marquette can get a big kickoff return here. Both Travis Jones and Cecil Brimage are capable back there. And Carlinville will be kicking into that breeze, although it's more of a breeze than the brisk wind we had earlier.
Well, if I was Carlinville, I would definitely squib it and try not to get it back to those two fast deep backs.
Sean Crouch has the ball teed at his own 40. He kicks it deep, and it's going to be Brimage from his own 10. Right up the middle he goes. Big hole for Brimage to the 40. He may go. Brimage, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10.
Touchdown. Touchdown, no flags.
Cecil Brimage and the Explorers have the lead back.
Great run.
He just exploded up the middle. There was a huge hole. And what was that? 90 yards for Cecil Brimage. And the Explorers have the lead right back.
I think I said, Sam, if I was the Cavaliers, I would not kick that ball to one of those fast deep backs. But what do I know?
Well, that took 13 seconds for Brimage to go 90 yards. Wow. Well, I told you that was my first thought. Break one of those guys on a kick return. You know they're capable. And as soon as Brimage burst through that big hole up the middle, he got to about the 40 of the Explorers, and there was one Cavalier who had a bit of an angle, but Brimage just kind of veered around him and then turned on the afterburners. Keenan's extra point attempt is blocked, and so it's still just a 1-point lead for Marquette, but that really doesn't mean very much.
Well, but I don't understand why they went for one anyhow, Sam. I hate to second guess, but going up by 2 doesn't do you a whole heck of a lot of good. You might as well try to go up by 3, get that 2 points and go up by 3, just in case late in the game the Cavaliers did try a field goal. But anyhow, great return by Cecil Brimage, 13-12 Marquette. So now the Marquette defense, they've got the conference race in their hands right now.
7:45 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Marquette leading 13-12. An Explorer victory means co-conference champions between Marquette and Carlinville, and then you can throw Southwestern in there as a conference champion as well if they beat Roxana tonight. And then the question becomes, well, who gets the automatic playoff berth? It's probably going to be Carlinville, because Marquette was going to have to beat Carlinville by 11 or more. Of course, it's not over yet.
It's not over
yet. But it
yet,
doesn't really matter, because if Marquette wins here tonight, they've got 6 wins. They'll be in the playoffs either way.
Right.
So that's not a big deal for Marquette to have that margin of victory to get that automatic playoff bid. So now Zach Keenan will kick the ball away, and Josh Reeves will return from his own 5. Out across the 10 to the 15 to the 20. Big hole for him up the middle, but he spun down at the 30-yard line. I'm not sure who that was that got a hold of him. I think it was Brad Immig.
I think so, and I tell you what, I had visions of Reeves taking it back all the way, too.
For a moment, it looked like he was going to be able to burst through a big hole in the middle, and Immig got a hold of his jersey and just kind of spun him down with the jersey. So now the Cavaliers 70 yards from pay dirt, trailing by a point with 7:35 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Well, and now it's up to the Marquette defense to stop the Cavaliers and to bring home a conference championship.
On the first down play, Zach Dixon turns, gives it on the wing counter to Reeves. Lots of running room to the right side. He's out to the 40, to the 42-yard line, and pickup of 12 and a first down.
Nice play, nice faking, because I tell you what, the Marquette defense did not know who had that ball.
How's this for some balance among those running backs? Reeves, 13 carries, 82 yards. Scott, 13 carries, 83 yards. Simmons, 8 carries, 75 yards.
Yeah, and coming into the game, we knew they had 3 running backs who were all pretty equal.
First and 10 Cavaliers from their own 42, trailing by a point. Here's the give to Darnell. Scott up the middle, bounces it outside to the right side. He crosses midfield and takes it to just the Marquette side of midfield. A pickup of 9 on that carry for Scott.
No, I tell you what, they're picking up big yardage right now. They're on a mission. They want that conference championship, and Marquette's got to really rise to the occasion right now.
2nd and 1, Cavaliers from midfield. They break the huddle and send a receiver wide to the left side. And here is the give to Simmons, trying to get outside of the left side, and he is tripped up. A nice play there by Thomas Hendrick. It looked like Marquette had Simmons trapped in the backfield. He split 2 Explorer defenders, actually lost a yard on the play, but it could have been worse. And it could have been worse for the Explorers because if not for that ankle tackle, he might have been gone.
Yeah, at least he had a big gain coming.
So now it's 3rd, and what was 2nd and a short yard is now 3rd and a long yard for the Cavaliers from just their side of midfield. They go to the wishbone formation, double tight, double lead to the right side to Reeves. He's got first down yardage and then some. And a saving tackle made by Cecil Brimage down at the Marquette 35-yard line after a 15-yard pickup by Reeves.
Boy, they're picking up too big a chunks of real estate. Just huge gains every play.
1st and 10 Cavaliers. Their 16th first down of the night.
I tell you what, Marquette needs to call a timeout again. Get that defense settled.
1st and 10, Carlinville at the Marquette 35. The clock rolling with 5:42 remaining in the 4th quarter. Marquette leading by a point. Wishbone formation, pitch back to Darnell Scott. Sweeping the left side. Scott tripped up after a big gain down to the Marquette 26-yard line. And that was a gain of 9 for Scott. Puts him over the 100-yard rushing mark. 101 yards rushing on 15 carries. And now the Explorers do want a timeout. It comes with 5:24 remaining in the 4th quarter. Marquette 13, Carlinville 12. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Hi, George Weber. As we watch this year's Olympic Games and root for the world's top athletes, the Weber Chevrolet family wants to offer some encouragement to the terrific men and women representing our country. You are the best of the best. We know how hard you have worked. Win or lose, we are proud of you, and you are all truly winners. Even though you are half a world away, we are with you through every sprint, jump, and dive. And we sing along with you when you stand on that medal stand listening to the national anthem. So from all of us at Weber Chevrolet, go Team USA.
Another an 80-yard touchdown drive. Now on 2nd and 1, here's the give on the double lead to the right side. That's Josh Reeves. He's got the first down inside the 25, down to the 24-yard line, a gain of 3 on that carry.
Yeah, I tell you what, like we've been saying, Carlinville right now, this drive's been very impressive. They look like they're on a mission.
That's the 17th first down of the night for Carlinville. 2 100-yard rushers in the game now for the Cavaliers. 1st and 10 at the Marquette 24-yard line. They put a man in motion to the left side, and that is the man who gets the football, Bobby Simmons. And Simmons is brought down after a gain of about 5 down at the Marquette 20-yard line. They said he stayed in bounds, which is important because that keeps the clock rolling now with 4:55 remaining, but a 5-yard pickup for Simmons.
Well, Marquette needs a fumble or a holding call here, Sam.
2nd down and 5. Carlinville at the Marquette 20. The Cavaliers trail the Explorers by a point. Double wing formation. Man in motion to the left side. They give it to the fullback, Scott, and he is stacked up for no gain on the play.
Nice stop. Yeah, that's
a host of Explorer tacklers there. Mitch Woolner, I think, was the first to meet him. Then Utley and Michael Selby came in and stacked him up. No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 5 Cavaliers.
Yeah, and here comes that jet play, and they've had a lot of luck with that jet play to the left side, going towards the sophomore outside linebacker there.
Giving it to Simmons, who's lined up as the right wing back, and now they run the jet play to the right side. That's Reeves.
I was holding.
Reeves is brought down for a loss on the play. He couldn't get outside. He tried to cut it back inside and lost yardage back to the 21. Or more than that. They're going to put him back at about the 22-yard line, 23, and it's going to be 4th and 8 for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I yelled out that was holding, and the refs didn't throw a flag, so obviously it was not holding. But I thought I saw something there. Anyhow, this is the season right here. 4th down with 3:20 left in the game.
4th and 8 Cavaliers at the Marquette 23-yard line. And here is Dixon back to throw. They set up a screen to the left side. They complete. Oh, yes! What a tackle! What a tackle by Angelo Cross. He met Darnell Scott and stopped him dead in his tracks. Holy smokes. I thought Darnell Scott had something going there, and out of nowhere, here came Angelo Cross, and he buried him, and the Explorers take over on downs after just a 2-yard gain on that play.
Well, I tell you what, great tackle by Angelo Cross, because that was a very good call by Coach Easterday. They throw that screen, and there is nothing but running room there, and Angelo Cross comes up, and he makes a stick.
And now the Explorers need to run the final 3:15 off the clock, and they will be conference champions. They'll share it, but still some work to do here. Here is the give, and that is Steve Utley, and Utley powers his way forward, dragging a host of tacklers with him for about a 2-yard pickup. And the Cavaliers will continue to let the clock roll here. I think they've got, I don't know if they've got 1 or 2 timeouts left. I know they used at least 1.
And I don't know either, but obviously everyone right now knows that the key is to hold on to the ball right now, and Marquette's had that propensity to fumble the ball.
Well, and that's why you kind of maybe assume that Utley's going to have his number called 3 times here. 2nd and 7 for the Explorers. It is Utley, and Utley is stacked up. But I think right now Marquette's more concerned about keeping that clock rolling. And Chad Easterday looks over at the clock and says, no, we're not going to call a timeout just yet. And the clock rolling with 2:20 remaining. Marquette with a 1-point lead, 13-12, facing 3rd and 6 from their own 26-yard line. Well, do you do anything other than give it to Utley and then punt? If you don't get the first
actually,
down?
right now is a great time to give it to Brimage on a wingback counter. But you run the risk of a fumble, but you also run the risk of a big play.
Marquette has the advantage here that they have a 25-second clock. And here it is, Brimage on that wing counter trying to turn that corner. Brimage cannot get the first down. He picked up just a couple of yards on the play. And let's see if the Cavaliers use a timeout here. They will. Carlinville calls a timeout with 1:42 remaining, and Marquette will face 4th and nearly 4, and will bring the punt team on, I'm sure.
Yeah, and with the punt team, every time Marquette's punted, Zach Keenan's had to pull that snap down. It's been high every time. Not too high, though, but that right now you got to get that snap to the punter and get that punt off. Get down there and cover it.
Marquette 13, Carlinville 12. An Explorer victory means Marquette will have a conference championship. They'll share it with Carlinville and Southwestern. But it will be the first Explorer conference championship in football since 2002.
And Marquette's only won 1 conference championship, and that was in 2002.
When they went undefeated under head coach Mike Slaughter. And just as importantly then, the Explorers will have 6 victories and know they're going to be in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Regardless of what happens next week against Hillsboro. Keenan stands back at his own 16-yard line. You know Carlinville will be coming. Let's watch the snap. It's high. Keenan brings it down and gets the kick away, and it will be returned from the 35. Out to the 40, coming to the left side, and to the 43-yard line and no further. Steve Utley
nice
there
tackle
to make
by
the
Utley.
tackle.
Yeah,
it was a nice
tackle by Utley.
And so now the Cavaliers have 1:31 remaining, and they'll start from their own 43-yard line. If they have any timeouts remaining, and I'm sorry I lost count, but if they have any remaining, they have only 1, because I know for sure they've taken 2. And they have completed 14 passes coming into this ball game. They've completed 2 tonight, which is their quota.
Yes,
they average 2 a game, but they may have to throw here at some point. Back to throw Dixon, under pressure. Dixon gets away from Mitch Woolner, still on the run, and brought down by Thomas Hendrick, inbounds for a 2-yard loss.
Well, they're not calling timeout, so they must be out of timeout, Sam.
So they hurry and get to the line. We're down to 1:10 and counting remaining. 2nd and 12 Cavaliers from their own 42. And now
got a flag.
I think we had, I don't think the Cavaliers were set. Let's see what the call is here. Whistles and flags prior to the snap. Illegal.
Not a bad penalty, though. Not a bad penalty on the part of Carlinville because it does stop the clock.
Yeah, but they'll roll it as soon as they set the ball. They should.
But it gives the Cavaliers time right now to get their act together.
Yeah. Well, they got some different personnel into the ball game. But now it moves the football back to their own 37. The officials taking their time setting the ball. Now they roll the clock with 1:05 and counting. 2nd and 17 Cavaliers from their own 37. Here's the give to Darnell Scott right up the middle.
Oh, he's still going.
Scott's still going to midfield. Scott down to the Explorer 45-yard line. And he picked up 18 yards and got a first down, and that'll stop the clock to move the sticks.
Big run.
1st and 10 Cavaliers at the Marquette 46. They get to the line. Now they roll the clock with 50 seconds remaining. And here is Dixon rolling to his left. He sets. He lets it go downfield. He's got his man. That's Simmons. First down at the 30 of the Explorers. They stop the clock again to move the sticks. A pickup of 15 there. And the Cavaliers are at the line, ready to go. They start the clock with 40 seconds remaining. And Dixon spikes it to stop the clock with 37 seconds remaining. It'll be 2nd and 10 Cavaliers at the Marquette 30.
I think they had enough time. I don't think they needed to spike it, but again, it's easy to say up here, but I think I'd have run a play.
37 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Marquette leading 13-12. 2nd and 10 Cavaliers at the Marquette 30. Here's Simmons trying to turn that left corner, and what a tackle that is by the Explorers. Brad Emming. He kept Simmons in bounds, and no gain on the play by Simmons. Now that clock rolling with 23, 22, 21, 20, 3rd and 10 Cavaliers, and rolling to his right is Dixon. Under pressure, steps up, lets it go down the field, and that is picked off. Dropped by Zach Keenan with 12 seconds remaining, but now it's 4th and 10 Cavaliers.
If he catches that, Marquette's the conference champs. With the Cavaliers and probably with Southwestern.
Well, see, the Cavaliers know they're going to share it at the very least, but they want to win it outright.
You do not want to share it if you're the Cavaliers. You want it outright.
They've got a 9-game conference winning streak. 5-0 last year in the conference, 4-0 so far this year. They would like to keep that alive. It's 4th and 10 Cavaliers at the Marquette 30-yard line with 12 seconds remaining. Marquette leads by 1. Dixon drops to throw. Steps up, lets it go down the left sideline. That's picked off by Cecil Brimage. And the Explorers are going to win this ball game. Brimage steps out of bounds with 4 seconds remaining, and Marquette will share the conference championship. They will take one snap, take a knee, and go home with a 13-12 victory over the Carlinville Cavaliers. And Mike Slaughter, this one did not disappoint.
No,
this is just like a lot of games we've seen up here.
Big win up here in Cavalier country, and a great win for Marquette.
And neither team should hang its head. That, by the way, was the 4th turnover of the night for the Cavaliers.
Well, and it's hard to win a conference championship when you turn the ball over 4 times.
And now Keenan Eberlin will take a knee. He does. This game is over. Final score, Marquette 13, Carlinville 12. Marquette, Carlinville, and probably Southwestern will share the conference championship. It's Marquette's first football conference championship since 2002. The Explorers have improved to 6-2 on the season. They are playoff bound as well, regardless of what happens in the final home game next Friday night against Hillsborough. Carlinville falls to 4-4 on the season, but they're going to get the conference bid. They're going to be in the playoffs, even if they only win 4 games by virtue of going 4-1 in the conference.
You know, and they play Vandalia next week. I think it's Vandalia, and they could possibly lose that game and be 4-5 and still make the playoffs.
Well, final score, Marquette 13, Carlinville 12. Back to wrap it up in just a moment. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Whoa, 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 what are you...
you're giving away. Yeah. That was sick.
You guys got one more to play this year?
Yeah, Dale in the conference, so we got the playoffs now.
Yeah. Good luck, people.
Thanks.
RiverBender.com's coverage of this game is sponsored by St. Anthony's Health Center, innovation, commitment, compassion. Gerard Fisher American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. First Cloverleaf Bank, we're better together. Alta Memorial Hospital, the best health care close to home. Weber Granite City Chevrolet. Alton Sports Tap, sports, food, and good times. United Methodist Village, where living is easy. Lisa Funk, the Riverbend's top producing broker year after year. Chuck West Agency, helping business owners for 46 years. Riverbend Chiropractic Center, dedicated to caring for infants, children, and adults. And by Andy's Auto Body, we can fix anything.